Okay, what is up, guys? This is D1B Universe. A little bit of a quick announcement for this video before we get started. Videos for me is going to get a little bit more wide spacing. Like, let's say you're going to see this video today. You're going to see this video today, and then you might not see another video in like a very long time, if not just like a video that I had stashed away somewhere to save for a rainy day. That's because I got a new job, and because of this job and also schoolwork and a lot of other things, that it's going to be cutting into the time that I will be taking into making videos. And I am sorry about that, but I kind of need whatever the people tell you about reactors on YouTube getting money and stuff. Not enough money to sustain myself, I can say that much. $130 something every 2 months definitely does not cut it. So with that being said, videos for me is going to be a little like far and few between, unless I have like a good day to like start watching a whole bunch of different things and post it up for you guys. That's just it. I'm going to be saying this into like multiple videos so multiple people can know, because some people don't watch Death Battle, some people don't watch Star Wars Force of Evil, some people don't watch Steven Universe, yada yada yada. So with that being said, just for the people who watch all my content, no matter what it is, just know that it's going to be far and few between, that sort of thing. But anyway, this is going to be Death Battle. Death Battle. This is going to be the first Death Battle that I did not see a single like trailer of the fighters here. And apparently it's Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. Now, I haven't watched DuckTales when I was a kid. I think I may have watched it, but I don't remember it. I haven't watched it so much that I remember like a whole bunch of episodes or something like that. Like I barely know anything. The most thing I know about DuckTales is the Game Grumps one shot, one off from that, and knowing that was a remake of it and other things. And apparently DuckTales is getting like a new revamped series, like rebooted series or revitalized, whatever. So this is what they're really doing. It's like kind of like get the gears going about Scrooge McDuck. Now, here's the thing, though. I bet you guys don't know who I'm going to be rooting for in this death battle. You guys probably don't know. It could be Scrooge. Who knows? But I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to wait till the end of the video for you guys to figure out who I'm going to be rooting for in this death battle. So without further ado, and in any case, we're just going to get started right now. Just know that's my announcement for the beginning, and just that's who I'm rooting for, even though I didn't say anything. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, now. From what I know about Scrooge McDuck, I don't know much, really.
Some people adventure for wealth. For others, the wealth is in the adventure.
Either way, you'll be successful if you can bounce off your enemies' heads.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Okay, that was weird.
Waterfowl to ever live.
And Shovel Knight.
Alright, so this starts to go with the people who find treasure and people who take treasure and use it and stuff. Alright.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
I know one of the main things I do remember from DuckTales when I saw that he can bounce on his cane, which is kind of the same thing that Shovel Knight can do, but he doesn't bounce on it. He just kind of just whatever.
Family in Glasgow, Scotland. He grew up a relatively normal duckling until his 10th birthday.
This is gonna be fun.
Took him to see the remains of the old McDuck clan castle. See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired by the sight of their former glory. So the next day, he got a job and earned his first money ever.
Wow.
A dime.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland.
Oh.
Actually feeling pretty cheated, Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, tougher than the toughies and sharper than the sharp.
I know one thing they're probably going to do is the fact that he can dive into coins, which in retrospect is kind of impossible for us. That.
He literally swims in gold. I'd say he did a pretty effing good job.
I think I remember from Family Guy, he tried to do that and just showed that as a solid. It's
By
pretty
my
hard.
estimations, his entire net worth today rests around $300 quadrillion.
Seriously.
As he is, he's got to defend his
Wow.
somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor.
Really?
Nothing like some old-fashioned artillery for home defense.
Scrooge
So you got a person with a lot of Toon Force or, you know, stuff like that versus Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight fought Kratos. That's a plus.
My favorite is the one that can shoot through solid steel titanium. It's called the Burglar Stunner, but I'm pretty sure that'll do a hell of a lot more than stun you.
Are you kidding?
My favorite would be Scrooge's Nutra-Friction and Anti-Inertia rays. By removing
What?
the target's natural friction and inertia, These guns can turn a foe so slippery they can't grip anything, or take away all momentum from that foe's movement and weight.
What?
Without friction, a person will slide miles upon miles with no hope of stopping themselves.
What?
Without inertia, a cannonball will have even less impact than falling leaves, though
What?
it is important to note that these guns do not affect personal gravity.
At least that's science for you. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive for that time. I like that.
The feel of one of his rifles or swords.
Or his signature sidearm, his trusty cane.
What's so special about a dusty old cane, you ask? Well, just look at the old quack go. Not every duck can turn their cane into both a club and a pogo stick.
Even when he's unarmed, Scrooge's thirst for wealth has pushed his body past many preconceived.
I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be scary.
Incredible strength, speed, and durability.
This is definitely. I can already see him winning, but you know me, Shovel Knight, we kind of on a thing here.
In the savannah, he walked right up to a lion, beat it in a roaring match, and then just rode it all the way to town.
He's also a surprisingly skilled marksman.
Like some sort of gun-toting Mr. Miyagi, he can shoot flies out of the air with perfect precision.
And he's no slouch with a blade. Apparently, Buffalo Bill taught him how to knife fight in, Injun style.
Okay.
And now's a great time to remind you that Scrooge
That's one way to say it.
old. It was a different time.
Racism aside, it takes a lot to put this mighty mallard down. He survived the Titanic sinking, being frozen solid in the Yukon, fighting hordes of wild animals, and taking a cannon shot to the face before being dragged through a minefield. He's even survived a trip to the literal center of the Earth.
What?
If you've forgotten, it's pretty much super lava.
That's putting it mildly. The Earth's core is estimated to be well over 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
More than hot enough to cook your goose.
He's outrun a cheetah, which can reach 75 miles per hour. He's stopped a charging water buffalo, which can weigh up to 2,600 pounds.
And did you ever hear that legend where George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River? Well, Scrooge can do that too. And he even caught the coin on the other side.
Of course.
Scrooge isn't gonna waste a single dollar.
Right. I thought it would be more Scrooge versus Krabs, but hey. Mr. Krabs. I think I need to specify that.
150 years old.
But he's not really that greedy. He's actually a really good dude, so I guess that's not a really good matchup.
With his own private plane, and he has human teeth, and they really.
But just Shovel Knight? I kind of don't.
I'll send my resume.
Well, more importantly would be his overpowering greed. He can often lose sight of his goals or explode into an uncontrollable rage if someone threatens his wealth.
Yeah, well, at least I guess he didn't sell his grandchildren for like a couple of things in one person pocket.
Like the time Soapy Slick tried to rip Scrooge off, steal his property, and humiliate him by chaining him to a steamboat and making fun of his letters from home, including one informing Scrooge of his mother's passing.
That's more than enough to piss Scrooge off. So
dang.
Much that he literally tore the entire boat apart with his bare hands. Or wings. Holy damn, that's some real foul strength.
Wow.
This goes to show that
dang Disney. Okay. I don't know who makes the comics. If it's Disney related, good for them. Again, I don't know nothing about the series, about the character. But God, wow. Shovel Knight's gonna have a whoa.
And adventurers roamed the land. The most famous of whom were partners Shield Knight and Shovel Knight.
I kind of don't see why Shovel Knight, because he has treasure, yeah, but he has almost nothing else in common besides the other thing they're probably gonna just come up with. But come on.
Amulet knocked Shovel Knight out cold. When he woke up, Shield Knight was gone and the tower was sealed shut. And boy, did that bum him out. So, like all depressed heroes, he abandoned everything and went to the wilderness to do a bunch of farming and most likely drinking.
Soon after he retired, an evil woman called the Enchantress took power, along with a group of villainous...
No spoilers here, even though it's pretty obvious.
So, maybe retiring wasn't the most responsible idea.
Man's gotta mourn, Wiz. Man's gotta mourn.
You mean like when you took a week off to mourn after your divorce?
Yeah,
Sure all you did was get drunk and shoot fire
I kind of see
Man, that was a real good
some things, but I don't fully grasp why Shovel Knight would be the perfect matchup for Scrooge.
The Tower of Fate unsealed. Knowing it was his only chance to find out...
He got the Infinidagger.
He dug back into action.
That just came to my mind.
He took his mightiest weapon. A shovel.
Yeah, it's a shovel blade.
Short, it's not just any shovel, it's a shovel blade.
Yeah.
Thanks to its surprisingly versatile nature, it can slash through
It's one of the most creative weapons I've seen in a long time.
Did he just kill a dragon with that thing?
Yes, he did.
That reminds
He
me
does casually kill a lot of things, so...
a yard tool. I miss my rake blade. But everyone got really confused and offended whenever I yelled my catchphrase, "Prepare to get raked!" So
Raked. Raked.
Probably smart.
It's
Well,
boomstick for ya.
thanks to
Even in this case, they're great with those
Shovel
puns.
Knight has a repertoire of deadly attacks, his signature being the shovel drop.
this deadly downward drop allows him to dig into his enemy.
Even though I'm pretty sure Link from the Legend of Link, Legend of Zelda 2, Link 2, what was it called? The Danny's favorite game.
Damage and can even penetrate armor.
I remember that being the one of the first games to do that.
Scoops reach away, he can
Unless
strike
I'm
the earth
forgetting.
with a dangerous spark that travels along the ground.
You know what else it's good
Unless the
for?
DuckTales game came out first. I'm not sure.
Sweet, sweet treasure.
But the Shovel Blade is far from his only weapon. Throughout his journey, Shovel Knight has acquired many magical relics, which are quite handy in battle, though
Right.
they do require access to a limited supply of magic.
Come on, Infinidagger, 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 Infinidagger.
Or punch through compact dirt with the dust knuckles.
He can also take the wind out of his enemies with the throwing anchor, or fly a short distance with the propeller dagger.
Ah, just a propeller dagger.
Bad guy who knows hard to reach spaces. He has his trusty Chaos Orb, which acts like a bouncy ball of doom.
I know they couldn't use the Infinidagger because that's not officially his weapon, but come
Which
on.
allows him to traverse dangerous terrain such as spikes and small gaps with ease.
I'm seriously not seeing as impressive things such as
It's a
Scrooge.
war horn, which is kind of like the Horn of Gondor, but it makes people explode.
Shovel Knight carries a few defensive relics as well.
Yeah, like those sweet fish goblets.
Triple chalices. These special liquid receptacles can carry ichors, substances which, when drunk, provide certain benefits to Shovel Knight. Most
But which ones are you gonna
Ichor
use?
of Renewal, which fully restores his health and mana.
Fully restore your health, like, you know, potion.
Such a useful liquid.
And probably the invincibility.
That perform an interpretive dance and spit in your cup.
He's a fish apple.
Dinner and a show.
Last but not least is the Phase Locket. This relic allows Shovel Knight to pass through his enemies and even grants him temporary invincibility while under its effect.
Like all good knights, our shovel-wielding friend protects himself with a suit of shining armor.
Uh-huh.
Actually, he's got a few of them.
His most capable all-around set is
The gold
Golden
one.
Mail.
Oh, okay.
Providing the kind of defense you need for fighting the forces of evil, it
But the gold one's great. You jump and it has like a little sparkle.
Shovel Drop builds up a powerful charge attack.
Normally, a large suit of armor comes with a lot of extra weight, but Shovel Knight doesn't let that slow him down.
Even in full plate, our delving hero seemingly never tires and is agile enough to dodge everything from cannonballs to fireballs.
Actually,
You're right.
the weight is more of a bonus since his attack of choice is bouncing on heads. Whiz, math that.
On
That-
average,
yeah, do it.
comparing his height to these doors, Shovel Knight appears to be about 4 feet 6 inches tall.
Really?
With his broad physique, he likely weighs approximately 100 pounds at most.
Okay.
In the 14th century, a knight's plate armor for combat typically weighed about 60 pounds. Scaling to Shovel Knight's height, his armor likely weighs 50 pounds. Including
So he's
his
150
shovel,
pounds.
he must drop
Okay, 155?
6,700 joules of kinetic energy.
You make it sound so cool,
Might
but
use
okay.
a punch with up to 1,600 joules, and has knocked out
I'm not
4
into boxing, so.
And Shovel Knight's striking power is over 4 times stronger than that.
Good
Again, I'm not fully impressed with a duck that can rip apart a ship by getting angry enough.
Steampunk Mac and the Enchantress herself.
He's
The
also
Enchantress is the most impressive thing that he's probably done in this aspect. He's done all of the things, but
and he even held his own against the Battletoads and Kratos,
there we go.
the god of war.
What the hell? Really?
Okay, so they do count those.
If you sell enough games, you can get anybody.
But even after all that, Shovel Knight doesn't seem the most intelligent warrior. After all,
Are you gonna bring up the fact that he almost can't die because he just, you know, just money flies out?
She was dead.
Still, he's one
Hey, dude.
warrior who isn't afraid to put his enemies 6 feet.
Don't listen to them. She really is dead. There is no shock. Okay, yeah, she is. Yeah, she's alive. Okay, now I can just. Okay. Who cares?
All right, the
It's not much of a spoiler because it's obvious, as I said before. But okay.
But first, I've got some free food for you.
I'm not sponsored by these guys. Cutting it out. Okay, everything's done. Dude, you're gonna have a hard time. I'm almost certain you're gonna lose. I'm sorry, but I believe in you. Okay? I believe in you. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, this is bad. I already like the pixel style animation that's going on right now. It's a lot of character, and I love it. All right, durability already showing, getting cut up like that. Sure, let's just say the Dust Knuckles can do that, even though they only punch through dust. Ah. It's like sooner or later, Shovel Knight's gonna run out of magic, and so his like aces up to counter all of the things that he's doing to him right now is gonna be, you know, hard. Sure. I'm just expecting a lot of this. It's fun. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Well, his most... Okay. Alright, that's scary, but what? Yeah, alright, okay, yeah. Shovel Knight lost. There's no way they would be doing this much just to show that he's gonna lose now. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
With his own weapon.
Shovel Knight might have been able to uphold the code of chivalry, but he could not hold up to Scrooge's wealth of experience and superior strength.
I mean, again, that's what I mean. It just seems like so one-sided after you show so much stuff.
Scrooge's feats blew him out of the water.
Alright?
For example, there's
Which
no way
means why put him up against
when he
him?
powered through a minefield like it's nothing.
And
Then put up against someone who's done certain things. Mr. Krabs tanked nuclear warheads exploding.
The river is 1,300 feet, and he threw the coin at an angle of 20 degrees.
Whatever.
After some quick calculations, this means he must have thrown the coin, boarded his boat, rowed across the entire river, and exited the boat to catch the coin in less than 5.4.
It's almost as if he's a cartoon character of sorts. Man, those characters defy no laws of logic whatsoever.
Jesus, how fast are his arms moving there?
To make all that work, at least 14,400 rotations per minute.
Shocker.
That's ducking awesome.
He is strong enough to rip apart a steamboat after all. But regardless of Scrooge's power, Shovel Knight had very little options to defend against the Duck's wackier, physics-breaking weaponry.
Then why put him up against him? What are you realizing why you would want to...
Knights and magicians before.
I got a death battle. How about an ant versus, you know, 5 trillion lions?
Shovel Knight.
The ant wins because the ant will never get caught by the lions because the lions can't see where the ant is. I don't know. Whatever.
Next time on Death Battle.
See what's next. I gotta talk about this one. Is it Venom or Black Suit Spider-Man? Okay, Venom. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, this is cool. Venom. All right, I'm actually excited about it. I'm excited about Venom.
We've got Venom from Marvel. For who's he going to be fighting? You can stick
What other type of parasitic like creature of sorts that can fight Venom that I know about? It's not much that I know, but this is done. Okay, I gotta talk about this. You guys probably already know how I am when it comes to like battles that seem like, in a sense, you know you're gonna see a good fight, but in the end, if the feats just utterly destroy your opponent, what's the point in even making it a death battle? It seems it's like too obvious. Like Lara Croft and Nathan Drake. If you want to go with like everything else Laura did, you know, like the 2 rebooted games up against Nathan, then yeah, they have a better chance because they have even odds here. But if you go up with Laura throughout all of her adventures, plus the rebooted ones, even if you take out the rebooted ones, just primary Laura before the reboot era happened, Laura has done so much more and fought so much more than Nathan has throughout the entire 5 games that I played with him in. So it's just like, that sort of thing kind of like irked me. But I like to see my 2 favorite like raiders, you could say, of finding treasure and stuff like that, fight against one other, even though I was pretty certain that Laura was gonna win. In this case, I didn't know anything about Scrooge. I did not know anything about Scrooge, but since I knew he was a Disney character, and most Disney characters amongst like the Looney Tunes have like feats and stuff that can just defy all laws of anything, versus a fairly, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, up against a fairly grounded character such as Shovel Knight. It's grounded, shovel, whatever. But it's like putting Bugs Bunny up against, let's say, up against Spider-Man. You know Spider-Man's strong, you know Spider-Man's smart, you know he has Spidey sense, but you also know that Bugs Bunny once is so omnipotent that he can write his own script in his own thing, meaning that he can take control of the entire battle and make himself win. It doesn't matter. With that much toon force, toon logic, whatever you want to call it, it just makes it so it's just unimaginably how you're going to have Spider-Man beat a guy that can literally become God if he felt like it. Shovel Knight, he's faced Kratos, he's faced Battletoads, he faced all of the Order of No Quarter, he fought, you know, everything. But they had powers and abilities that were grounded to their powers and abilities. You know, you had King Knight, he just flew around a bit and did all this other stuff. You had Spectre Knight, he just flew around and Scythe. None of these things involved them warping reality or throwing gigantic meteors at him to allow Shovel Knight to get even close to the feat of Scrooge ripping apart a steamboat. So it's like, if you know 100% that this character is going to beat this other character because of this character's many great feats against Shovel Knight, why make Shovel Knight fight him at all? Now, the comparisons between Scrooge McDuck and Shovel Knight, they both like money. In the beginning of the game, you know, he had a lot of money with Shield Knight. But in the game, money was important, but it wasn't like the quintessential focus of what Shovel Knight did throughout his journey. His journey was just to fight the Order of No Quarter, go see the Enchantress, I forgot her name, and aka Shield Knight, and stuff like that, and get her back and win, that sort of thing. None about that had money to do with anything. However, Scrooge is all about money and all about his whatever goes on with Scrooge McDuck. Is it because they do the drop thing, the pogo bounce things in their games, is why they did it? If that's the case, then have Link from Legend of Link do it from the old game, from the Legend of Link, that game, which is Legend of Zelda 2 or something, and they both do like the down thing and they hit their enemies, so why not, right? But that's just it. That's the only thing that's kind of bothering me. They made, at the end, they really made it sound like that Shovel Knight had 0 chance. So that means you take Shovel Knight out and put someone who has a better chance of winning. I only think about Mr. Krabs because when I think of SpongeBob, I think of the wacky out of nowhere things that happen throughout the entire thing. I do remember at least one point, like, everything explodes and Mr. Krabs is just sitting there like, well, that just happened, or that sort of thing. So if he can tank an explosion, I think he can tank a few hits from Scrooge McDuck there, who can apparently do all this other crazy stuff. So if you're going to put up a toon person, they can find another toon person. Kind of like what you did with Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie, except they broke the fourth wall so much that it didn't even become a battle. It just kind of, that's the only thing that kind of bothers me, alright? If it was a good battle for you guys, feel free to talk about it in the comment section. I'm not stopping you. And also tell me why this... If you could tell me why this was the perfect matchup, not a good matchup, not a great matchup. I want it to be the perfect matchup. Alright? The perfect one. So there were literally no other options they could have put up against Scrooge McDuck. Then I'll accept it and I'll be like, okay, I take everything I said back and I understand. Okay, this was the main reason, because I played the Shovel Knight game, but I'm not going to declare that I know everything about Shovel Knight and also bought the amiibo and all that stuff. But that's just it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to see what Venom come up against. I'm still thinking about who will fight Venom. Like that sort of thing is gonna be interesting, but we'll find out once this trailer comes in, I guess. So yeah, one final thing. Like I said in the beginning, videos are gonna be coming like very not as frequent as it used to be. I'm sorry about that. Job, school, and other things. Now that I have the job, I need that money. I need to eat. I need to have food in that refrigerator over there. So yeah, this is Do You Want to Be a Universe? I'll see if I can get to some other things today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.